This is Bo Dietl's One Tough Podcast.
Police this morning are searching for the person who turned this Harlem platform to a crime scene.
A Red Apple Media Podcast Network production. Now, here's Bo Dietl.
Well, welcome to Bo Dietl's One Tough Podcast. You know, I have a lot of guests on this show, but I'll be very honest with you. I think I have the greatest guest right now. I call him my son because I've been with him for a lot of years. We've been through a lot of stuff together, and he's one of the most entertaining people. Forget about radio. He's in acting now. We're playing some of the films together, and he's a very dear friend of mine. And one of the most important things that I really admire Sid Rosenberg is we all know what happened in Israel back in the fall. And, you know, people talk about it, and then people all of a sudden, people start to forget. But one thing about Sid, he has never forgot. And I really admire you, Sid, and you keep after it. Because, you know, it's over, and even 9/11, people forgot it's over, but you keep at it. And you're really a tremendous guy, and every Jewish person in the world and every Israeli person in the world should thank you because you will not forget, and you keep it constant in your face. And when people start, you know, even people come up to me, oh, the Palestinians this, the Palestinians that, and all that. And, you know, I see both sides of everything. You don't like to see little babies getting blown up. Either do I. But we can't forget what happened. They were the victims back in October, the Israelis. They came in at the rape, putting babies in ovens, raping and all that. Hey, let's not forget. They started. We don't want to see innocent people get killed. And I know you don't. You love children like I do. But I thank you for keeping it in the news, and you're the man. You know, there's a lot of things that we got to talk about today, and, you know, I'm an avid listener. I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, I put you on. I can't stop listening to you. Sid, I love you, and what you do is tremendous, and you did make WABC, and anybody tells me any different. You know, we love John. John put the money up there, but if you didn't lead off this cast of characters, you could have went. Yeah. I seen them all go.
Well, I don't know about that. It's that's very nice of you to say that, Bo. And, you know, back to Israel for a second. One of the things that you've taught me in the 27 years now that we've been close friends, relatives like my father, 27 years, a long time, is loyalty. Oh. Very few people have loyalty today. Very few. The same person that'll walk up to me today and say, Sid, I love your great show, will be quick to put a knife in my back tomorrow. That's not you. You've remained loyal to me and others. You've got friends for forever. And that's how I feel about the Israelis and that country and my people. I'm loyal to my people. Look, I'm not exactly sure what an innocent Palestinian is. I don't want to see babies die, of course not. I don't want to see children die. But the truth is, I don't see two sides to this. There's one side. The Israeli people were home asleep on a Saturday morning, on a holiday Saturday, Bo, during Shabbos, and these animals who worked on those same homes the week before came back to that house, raped their daughters, killed their children in front of their parents, put live babies in the oven, and these were Palestinian civilians, not necessarily Hamas. Yeah. So there's one side, and until we destroy Hamas, this will continue. And if that means, quote-unquote, innocent Palestinians die, well, I got a word for that. It's called war.
Well, we agree with war is a horrible thing, but I understand where you're coming from. I love your passion, and that's what's great about America, where you could speak out the way you do, and tough bananas anybody else that doesn't like it. Now, off that, you don't even know what's been happening. You know, I was texting with the mayor this morning. You know, I'm very loyal to the guy.
I know you
and
are.
I mean, you know, to a fault. And I've been outspoken about what I've been talking about. Matter of fact, when the first podcast, when I came back, this is with the city charter revision. Now, what I proposed, and all of a sudden the mayor picked up on it, and he put together a charter revision crew together, and I testified before it last week, and testified before it. And I had my grandson and my daughter sitting in the audience, and I said, "I'm not here as a cop. I'm here as a New York father and grandfather, and I am so fearful of what's going on. To me, the biggest problem in New York City is the crime problem, and it is public safety. And the mayor has to take responsibility. Why did he get elected? He was a police captain. People elected him for law and order. Then we know what happens. Every time he tries to veto one of these liberal pieces of garbage, progressive city council people like that piece of crap Bowman. Go F yourself, Bowman. I'm so happy you lost. You and that Alexandria Ocasio and the senile bastard from Vermont walking around there. What's his name?
Bernie Sanders.
That jerk off. And I was, and they were dancing around, Sid. They were dancing around on the stage. And did you see the song? She was, I could use the word bitch?
Yes.
Okay. So she's, oh, you bitches out there, you hoes. And this is what she's singing to the people of a congressional district. And she won, of course. And this is what the garbage is. Bowman, you know what you should do, Bowman? Why don't you go dig ditches? You're a punk. And you know what? When you put that cop killer on the wall in that high school and you admire him so much, you know what, Bowman? I could use blow me, Bowman, blow me, okay? Now, basically...
This is my favorite podcast right here. You're not going to hear that with Ernie Anastas.
Okay, so now, all of a sudden, I testified before the Crime Commission, and they had the commission up there, and I talked about the most important thing. And what I called out for was, let's do a charter revision where we could put on the ballot where policing can be referred and turned back to the mayor instead of this liberal city council. One, headlock law, ridiculous. Diaphragm law, ridiculous. Now they wear the cameras, which, okay, that's fine. But then all of a sudden, if someone asks them for directions, they got to stop everything and they got to fill out all these reports. This is so ridiculous. We got to take the power away from the city council for policing. Everything else they can play and fall on themselves. And then on top of it, and even with the education, then my friend Eric Adams comes out and says, well, you know what? These books do not reflect the community. So what are we supposed to do? I am for adding new books in. I like that. I like that. But you don't get away from those iconic books that people of Moby Dick and all these books that everyone grew up. It wasn't white, black, Hispanic, Jewish. It was every child in the public school system. We can't take away. You want to add on to it, you give a choice what you'd like to read. So that's an easy one. Now, the most important thing I'm here today for is let you know something. All right. A lot of people don't follow. I follow. These are some real reports, intelligent reports. Now, you don't see it in the news media. There were 30 militants. ISIS-K is back. You know who ISIS-K is? That's the one where our friend Trump wiped them out. You know where they're back? They're in Russia. They're in all the Russian republics over there, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, all over the place. And they are systematically, even in Pakistan, the ISIS-K is systematically destroying and killing people. They attacked synagogue and churches in Russia, killed 40 people last week. You don't see it on the news. And you know where they're coming? They're coming out of theater right here in New York. Right now, you know what happened at the border. They grabbed a bunch of them. It's not if it's going to happen. It will happen. Sid, I am so scared of what has come through our southern border. Then you got, the gotchas. There's a millionaire gotaways. What the frig is a gotaway? What is a gotaway?
It's a person who got away.
Who is a gotaway?
We should have had him.
But who is a gotaway?
It's somebody who's here to do some evil.
Do you know who the gotaways are?
I don't know who they are.
The gotaways.
They got away.
This moron. Then you got that Alejandro. What's that guy's name? Mayorkas, that little schmuck. Oh, the borders are safe. Yeah, because there is no friggin' borders, Sid.
No, it's bad. It's bad. And you're right. ISIS-K is back. And we've heard from even Christopher Wray. I don't like Christopher Wray.
Well, you know what?
But he's right.
He's right.
Yes. And ISIS-K was the same group that not only attacks, as you talked about, synagogues and churches and schools, they also blew up that amphitheater last year, shot up that place and killed 134 people. And we've been told
in Russia when they attacked them. Yeah.
That's right. And we've been told by the FBI director you could expect a very similar attack right here in New York. Maybe coming out of Madison Square Garden after a Knick game. Maybe a Billy Joel concert.
Bingo.
I don't know. But the truth is, Eric Adams and this administration has done a miserable job. I know you're loyal to the guy. I was too. I mean, I was at Casa Cipriani a month ago. He was there. But I can't do it anymore. I don't want to hear about the city council. He blames everybody. City council's a problem. Up in Albany, the legislators, they're a problem. The governor's a problem. The president, but he never calls them out. He never call these people out.
You know what? I agree with you 100% on that, Sid. Look, you're the mayor. Like I've said before, you are the chief executive of this city. They have an emergency executive order. You could do it tomorrow, where you could say anybody who's illegal in this country who gets arrested on a felony, you turn them over to ICE. I grabbed Snaggletooth Hochul. I gave her $5,000, not in cash. I gave her a check for a fundraiser. Her husband happens to be a gentleman. Very nice guy. He was a former AUSA out of Washington. And I grabbed, you're Bo Dietl. I followed you for IMIS and all that bullshit, right? Next thing is, I grab him. I said, I want to talk to your wife, the governor. I said, Ms. Governor, I said, listen to me. You're the chief executive of this state. You could do an executive order tomorrow. Here's your executive order. Anyone arrested in this state who is illegally in this country, turn it over to ICE. That could be an executive order. We could bypass that little punk from the state assembly and that other one with the scarf lady from the state senate. All they care about is destroying the people of New York. You know what she says to me? I think that meant no. I don't even know. I call her Snaggletooth. She got pretty eyes. She's got very pretty eyes.
I can tell you this. I mean, she does. That's all she's got. That's pretty. But much like, people go, why would Biden be okay with pro-Hamas, pro-Palestinian people running on streets? And the answer is very simple, Bo. It's votes. It's Michigan. It's Minnesota. It's the same thing with Hochul, Adams, and the people in this city. Instead of going out there and saying bad things about the illegals and the criminals, they say bad things about ICE. Because what does it mean? All these people that come into this country illegally, they come here and they vote for one particular party.
Of course.
And it ain't mine.
And it ain't
Democrats.
us. Yeah.
Right. So you got Biden looking to win an election and looking past the pro-Palestinians. You got Adams and Hochul looking to win elections and looking past criminals, illegals, committing crimes on our streets. That's why the Democrat Party is so dangerous. They don't make decisions based on people. They make decisions based on votes.
No, they're good. The Democratic Party, let's take, for example, Mr. Pretty Boy over there in California. California is doing really, really good. Did you know what happened with them? They had a surplus of like $25 billion. Now they have a deficit of $75 billion. Give away everything. Reparations, everything on it. This schmuck destroyed California. Everybody's maybe we should vote for him for president. Maybe he could do that to our country. Biden's doing well enough. But here, more important, whenever we have a mass shooting, you hear about it. And all CNN, all the punk lefties, they all go, take the guns away from everybody. I got some statistics from FBI statistics, okay? First of all, there's approximately 21,000 homicide murders across the country last year. How many of you think were active shooting murders? How many?
Well, I wouldn't even know.
I'm going to let you know, 2023, there was 105 people killed in mass shootings against 21,000. Do the math. That's half of a percent. But every time you see these schmucks, when there's a mass shooting, we got to take the guns away. That's not what's killing America. What's killing them are the illegal guns across our country. And the majority, 85%, who's getting killed? Are minority, are blacks, Hispanics, and these gang punks that have infiltrated. I almost got into it the other day. I go to the friggin' car wash. Some little punk with tattoos up his head, across his head, and he's signaling me in, and all of a sudden he's going like this. I say, excuse me, calm down. He goes, don't talk to me. I'm ready to go. I carry a bat in my car, too, and I also got an I'm telling you, Sid, it's a matter of time with you, and it's a matter of time with me, because I ain't sitting back.
No.
And I'm going to tell you, I'll be the headline, because the Post don't like to put me in there.
No, I know they don't.
They'll put it on. You see the Post right now. One tough cop locked up for busting some guy's head or something. But this is what's going on. This is what happens with the news media. The news media controls everything. Damn it, this election shouldn't be even close. And what Trump should do tomorrow night, which I'm going to watch, he shouldn't go against Biden. The only thing he should just say is, all his weakness. Don't talk about yourself, Donald. We know you're the greatest. I love you. You're a narcissist, but you're my narcissist. And I want you to be my president because you're the guy that can straighten it out. And people, if you don't like him, hold your nose. You got to vote for him. I don't care who you are. And I have to say it like that, Sid, because I get approached, and I'm sure you do in your communities and all that, upstate New York with all those liberal son of a guns up there in Liberty, Monticello.
Yeah.
What, are they in really good shape now?
No, they're in terrible shape. And look, you know I've been loyal to Trump from the beginning. Last year, there was a lot of people like, look, I like his policies, but give me Nikki Haley, give me Ron DeSantis. And you know, because I even fought with you and Peter King, I stayed behind Trump. He's been my guy for years. Bernie was there first. I arrived not soon after. But I hear what you're saying. A lot of people are saying the same thing. He'll be better served tomorrow night by being measured, talking about all the things he did well.
Attack the downfalls.
Right. Talk about the economy. Talk about the real possibility
of
military,
World War III. Everything.
Right. Let Joe Biden take the personal shots. Let Joe Biden call you a convicted felon. But, I know me and I know you. And it's real easy, Bo Dietl, to sit here and say that's what he should do. But if you were up on stage and somebody kept referring to you as a convicted felon, you would probably punch that guy across the face.
Yeah, well, you can't punch that old guy who claps him one thing.
You would say something. You'd be like, what about your son, that degenerate? You would say something.
Well, you know something? He has to... He wins 100% if he just shows the downfalls of that. And, speaking of downfalls, there's this guy, George Soros. He's buying up all the stations all around. Now the FCC's investigating him, controlling him, a foreign entity and all that. Yeah, this fat punk. I cannot read the obituary fast enough. George Soros, dead. Creepo, dead. Well, and you know what? Your punk son should go along with you.
That's the problem. If George Soros dies, his son Alex, who these days is banging Anthony Weiner's ex-wife, Huma Aberdeen, that's his girlfriend, he's maybe more dangerous than his own father. But here's the good news. Your friend and mine, dear friend of mine for 47 years, Joseph Tacopina, has put together a team of 3 attorneys. Joseph Tacopina, the great Bob Shapiro, O.J. Simpson, and Danielle Rosenberg, my beautiful wife.
My girl.
The 3 of them, she does love you. The 3 of them are going out to sue people like George Soros, the Muslim Brotherhood, any person who puts money behind a violent organization in this country will have to deal with Joe Tacopina, Bob Shapiro, and Danielle Rosenberg.
I love it. I love it. Hey, why don't we throw that fat pig on there, that Alvin Bragg, for releasing people committing crimes? They say they didn't have enough evidence, breaking the windows, destroying everything, and he releases everybody. But yet, they got that great Marine on trial, you fat punk. You should reevaluate yourself, fatso. You know what? Take that Wachovia stuff. Stop pumping that up, you fat pig, instead of eating pizza pies.
He's another very good friend of mine. He's a great attorney. Tom Kniff.
Oh, I like
He's
him.
Daniel Penny's attorney.
That guy's a real deal.
And that guy served in Iraq and Afghanistan.
I heard him. He's on the C-130 there.
Yes.
I listened, Sid.
He was on. That was the day. That was Flag Day. Donald Trump's birthday. The same day. It was the Army's 249th birthday.
I was driving out to Long Island. I loved that interview. He called you for the C-130 or whatever the hell he was.
C-17. That's right.
Whatever the hell it was.
Very good, Bo.
Yeah, but you want to know something? You know what? There's a couple other issues. We talk about windmills. I have a friend that said they're so expensive, they're not cost effective. Then what's the other? The solar thing. They made me put solar panels on my friggin' house, and the friggin' things, all that. Okay, that's all groovy. Fine. But the only problem is electricity. We're going to need electricity. Oh, well, let's buy some more battery power. Where are you going to put the plug up your ass if you don't have enough electric power? What the other guy, Radar Head, who's been at the dinner with me up at Rails many times, Bill Gates, he's onto something. Now nuclear energy is a lot more cleaner.
Yes.
It's more safe. Let's go back to the nuclear energy so we can make enough electricity where we don't have to burn fossil fuels. We do it slowly. Do it over 30, 40-year trends.
Forget about Bill Gates.
Yeah.
I don't know you know this.
My man Musk I like.
Musk is great, but the man that makes this great podcast, this great Bo Dietl podcast possible, he owns all of this, John Catsimatidis. His energy company is now in a deal. They're going to make these nuclear generators where you could use at your house.
Wow.
Small nuclear generators.
Can we buy stock in that?
Yes.
Tell John I want to buy. I'll put $100,000 in there. I'll put $100,000 right away.
Smart. It's smart.
It's very smart.
That's going to be his business.
And you want to know something? Everyone ran away after the 3 Mile Island and all that, and what happened over in Russia there. But
Chernobyl was terrible.
Yeah, but things have changed.
Yes.
The safety factors. Why isn't anybody talking about? Why is Bill Gates and John the only ones talking about it? John's onto something right there, because really it's the cleanest way of energy. We can eliminate eventually, but the first thing that Trump should do is take that thing and open that baby up. That pipeline, baby. Open it up. And you know what? We tell everybody, hey, kiss my butt.
He keeps saying the first thing I'm going to do, to your point, Bo, you're 100% right, is 3 words. Drill, baby, drill. Drill, baby, drill. We had it. We were energy efficient before. We did it ourselves when Trump was president. Biden shut it all down. The first move Biden made, he shut down the Keystone Pipeline. That was a disaster for this country.
Of course.
We've never recovered economically. Yeah. Drill, to your point, Bo Dietl, drill, baby, drill.
I'm on that now, and this is a big issue. I don't know if you saw China.
Yes.
China. like Trump said, China. Do you know what they've been doing? They've been buying property up all over the United States. And you know where they're close to? Our military institution. 50,000, and they ain't short order cooks, have come to our southern border. Nobody knows why they're coming. They didn't get no jobs in Chinatown. What are they doing? Yeah. These are guys in their late 20s, early 30s. What are they doing? I'll tell you what they're doing. They're planning to have these people as sleeping cells. So when they don't have to drop one bomb. They'll shut down our infrastructure, our energy. And then when you go home, you turn your light on, there's not going to be no electricity. We have to band together before it's too late. Your friend just moved to Florida. I just heard on the radio this morning.
Jennifer Harrison.
Everybody's bailing out.
Yeah.
We're standing and we're fighting, right, Sid?
Well, we are. You and I are, but we need
You're ready. You're ready. I can see how you sound.
No, I'm saying.
You're ready. No, Sid, don't leave me.
I need a new mayor, and I know you love him. I need a new governor.
No. You want to know something? I am very, 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 very not happy. Good. Like you said, if he can't get stuff done because of the progressive, no. Every day, you should be standing on that soapbox and saying, here's what I want to do. I was elected to save the people of New York, but the liberal progressive city council put it on the ballot in November to give policing power back to the mayor, and let's see what happens. If he gets that power back and he doesn't do anything, then he can kiss my ass.
And you mentioned the Chinese thing. It's important. I had Gordon Chang on the show yesterday.
Oh, he thinks the world's ending tomorrow.
I know he does, but he made the same point you just made. And, we're talking about the Venezuelans, the Ecuadorians, all these people coming from South America committing crimes. And the Chinese have sent in so many people. He also talked about the real possibility of another virus. Now the Chinese have been able to make these viruses where the Chinese people are immune, but it kills everybody else. Think about that.
What, they have a virus where they have the genes of a Chinese person?
Yes.
Can we say Chinese, or I have to say Asian?
You can say Chinese.
Okay, we'll say Chinese. Of a Chinese person, they don't get, so they got a mutation.
Yes.
A mutation against the virus.
Yes.
And what about the Jew and the Italian?
Dead.
We're dead. We're dead people. What about the blacks?
Dead.
Oh, my God. So the only ones that survive. There'll only be Chinese restaurants. Let's invest in Chinese restaurants because they'll be the only ones left. Right, Sid? Man.
Well, I usually just eat Chinese food on Sunday nights. I'm the stereotypical Jew, but I can do it 5 nights a week.
But I don't.
That means money. I don't care.
I'm starting to think about my eating Chinese food.
What's the matter?
Just think how they get to us. Through the food.
I know. I remember.
Sid, through the food.
During COVID, the Chinese restaurant business took a beating. It took a beating because we were told the Chinese, and it's true. We
know it's true.
Right,
with that little punk there, why is he indicted? Dr. Fauci dick, yeah.
But I got to tell you, Bo, you're Italian.
Yeah, I'm Italian.
The Italians, between Dr. Fauci, Robert De Niro, the Italians are making you look bad lately. You got to admit. I know you love Bobby. You in movies.
No. I don't love Bobby.
Okay,
I'd like to punch him in the face.
Oh, good.
You know what he
did?
You
stole the scene from him anyway. He made a film
about a Wise Guy film, and check this one out. He told the director there, what was his name, that Jewish director, the new film he made.
Woody Allen?
No.
Jewish.
But so it was about, Nick Pileggi wrote it.
Oh, Nick Pileggi.
Big movie, $60 million. This punk played, it was supposed to be Al Pacino playing one of the leads, and him. He knocks Al Pacino out. He plays both leading roles.
Yes.
What was his name, that director?
Yes. Oh, come on. It's
Not Aronson, Barry Levinson. Barry, that punk. You're a punk, Barry. Yep. You know what, Barry? Don't put me in any of your movies. Kiss my ass. I don't really care.
Good news
I'm in Scorsese movies, not in your crap.
And in The Irishman, the Martin Scorsese movie, sitting in a room with Al Pacino and Bob De Niro with the watermelon, and everyone says it's not just me because I love you. You stole that scene.
Thank you.
You're a great actor. You are a great actor.
Well, you're a great actor.
No, you're great.
You're a great
Godfather.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
But listen to me.
De Niro, very good.
But the truth of the matter is that they made this $60 million movie. He plays both. By Vito Genovese was supposed to be played by by Pacino, which would have been great. All of a sudden, he makes De Niro made this determination. I got it from very good source. He didn't want one actor that was in any Scorsese movies to be in that movie. These are some of the great actors could have used the work. And he puts unknowns in there. Damn you, De Niro. You made a lot of people because you got enough money. You know what? I hope Tukey takes you out for that $500 million. Hey, Tukey, you deserve half of that money, baby. You married this creep, and all of a sudden now he's with some Chinese spy there. What's her name?
I saw that.
His new wife's a Chinese spy.
But are you more angry with De Niro about what he did with that Barry Levinson movie, or when he stood across the street from the courthouse and took shots at Donald Trump on behest of Joe Biden?
That was so disgusting. It just made me hate him more.
Yes.
And I tell you what, Bobby, you ain't coming to Rayos with me, okay? Remember, you can eat in the friggin' park across the street. Go get some Frankfurters. You know what, Bobby? I came up to you on Scorsese's 80th birthday. I begged you. I said, please, Bobby, Nick Pileggi's like my father. I've been in every one of his movies, and I love him. Give me a part. I'll get a shine box. I'll do anything. Give me a part in the movie. You never gave me a part. So, you know what? I have a foul taste to you. And what you keep doing, you know what? I ain't your friend, okay? And you can keep me out of your movies. Or some of those other jerk-off movies you make. You'll take any movie. What's all those garbage movies?
Meet the Fockers.
Oh, yeah. Meet this fucker.
Well, here's the good news. You talk about Rayos, you talk about Italians.
Yeah.
So the last time I went to Rayos with you, and I've been there many times. Thank you very much.
You want to come up to Rayos this afternoon? They're having a lunch at 12 o'clock. We'll drive right up there.
Ava just got off from Israel. I got to go.
Oh,
home,
okay.
But thank you. But the last time I was there with you, you had a great Italian there. He's a very good friend of yours and a friend of mine.
Who?
His hockey team.
No, my God.
Just won the Stanley Cup. They're going to bring the cup to Williamsburg.
He texted me. He texted me tonight. He wanted. He had a little health concern. Yeah. Thank the good Lord he's going to be all right. I don't like Vinny Viola. I love him. That is a great American, self-made West Point graduate. You know, I put him up to Donald Trump for the Secretary of the Army.
I know that.
I was the one that was pushing that.
Oh, you were the one.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden what happened was they wanted to take his company. He's a billionaire, big, great company, and they wanted to put it in receivership. And he said, no, I'm not going to do that.
Oh, virtue.
Yeah, and yes. I'm going to tell you something. Vinny Viola. Now we won the Kentucky Derby. Now we won the Stanley Cup. Yeah, look, this is Italians that I respect and love. And Vinny Viola is one of the greatest Italians that this good earth, him and the other guy, Carl Icahn, and we can keep on going.
Well, you like Mike Piazza, too. I know that.
I love him. I was at his wedding. I
didn't go to one of your Christmas parties without seeing Mike Piazza.
Well, I went to his wedding. He married that beautiful Playboy Playmate.
Girl, yeah.
And they have 15 Playboy Playmates. What was wrong with going to that wedding?
He's a wonderful guy.
Wonderful guy.
Also, like Joe Tacopina, got into soccer.
Yeah.
He actually had a team in Italy. He goes back and forth to Italy like you and I go back and forth to
I know. Every
time
I talk, I hear the phone ring like that weird ring.
Yes.
I know he's over there eating spaghetti. And then all of a sudden you got you got Mike Piazza. You have some really great Italians, but Vinny Viola today is the man. Oh, Kenny Langone. A lot of people don't know about Kenny. I did one of my podcasts, and you got to listen to it. I got about 160 podcasts on file. You got to listen to it. So Ken Langone talked about how his beginnings were. I was with him the other day where we honored him, and the Damon Runyon Foundation. You know what that is? That's a foundation where we pay doctor scientists to develop cures for different cancers, T cells and all that stuff. Awesome. And you want to know something? we honored Ken Langone. Ken Langone is the same guy with $300 million to NYU, $300 million for doctors to become doctors. Ken Langone is the great American Italian that when he goes, God will take him one day. We're going to be missing him. We're going to be missing him.
See, that's the thing about New York City,
Yeah.
right? So you and I have been talking for a good half hour. It's been an amazing conversation. And we're talking about all the bad things, right? Like Eric Adams and the crime. But when you think about the great personalities,
Yes,
I don't
sir.
mean famous people necessarily, but great personalities, including you, Ken Langone, and others, New York still owns that. You're not going to get that in Los Angeles. You're not going to get that in Florida. You're not going to get that in Rome or London. New York still owns the best personalities in the world.
On that note, Mr. Sid.
Yes.
Mr. Sid Rosenberg, I'm very thankful for you taking time out of your busy
This was
schedule.
great.
And I'm going to tell you something. You've been my greatest guest because you get it, and people that ain't from New York ain't getting it. You hire someone from California, they're in that, yep. I'll never forget when I was doing a TV shows, The Gray Area for CBS, and they wanted me, Bob Conrad came. So they said, interview Bob Conrad. He could play you as Bo Dietl, Bo Gray. And he's there, and he's talking to me. And I say to him, I was over at the Columbus Club and over there, and I go, you know, you really can't play my part. He goes, why, Bo? I could be you. I go, because you got that freaking California yip in your voice. Yip! How can you sound like Bo? You sound like you're sucking on some flowers in California. He got mad, and then he stood up. I said, listen to me. You ain't got no batteries on your shoulders. I'll knock you right on your
that's
ass.
Funny. I remember that.
No, I said that to him, and I don't play.
No,
you know.
you're right. See, I'll take a Boston guy like Mark Wahlberg.
Okay.
That's your guy.
I like Mark.
That works.
Yeah.
I have Great American, Tunnel to Towers, but those Cali guys.
No. On that note, we're going to have to leave. And listen to me, Sid, I miss you, love you, and love your family. Too. Just take it easy with the coaching, all right? All right? And everybody, all I can tell you is if you want to be informed about everything, you turn in 6 o'clock, catch them in the beginning. After Noam, you catch them and listen right through. And these extra hours that have been thrown in there, I savor that extra hour from 10 to 11. And Sid, thank you so much. I love you and your family.
I love you too. And I tell you what, as great as the show is, and I know who's watching this, as great as the show is, it was better when you were there twice a week.
And I love John, and I love the station, and I hope one day I could be back.
I hope so too. I love you, Bo Dietl.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, folks. Larry Kudlow here. Pay attention, because China is leading the largest anti-American alliance since World War II. One that's already dumped U.S. bonds, grabbed 43 million acres of our farmland, and is plotting to dethrone the dollar. That's why IRA and 401k savers are protecting their savings with gold. Please go to freegoldguide.com/Kudlow or just call 800-621-3908 for your free gold guide on how to protect your wealth with gold 100% tax-free.